Welcome to the three-step strategy where you can start to learn how to earn an income online. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into why women in corporate roles worldwide are partnering with the number one offer. You can currently be an office manager or a practice manager, an executive assistant, project coordinator, payroll, and all things finance related. You may also be looking to supplement your income to help secure your retirement so that you can go on holidays without worrying about budget or how many trips you take each year. You may have a strong pull to be more than your current job title. You want a steady way to back yourself while you build what you really want. That may look like transferring your existing skills into the coaching space. It could be breath work, it could be yoga, sound healing, or you may just be looking for a way to earn and support your hobbies and lifestyle choices. Like traveling, sports, retreats, well-being weekday getaways. You want extra income that helps fund your vision and passion without blowing up your life. What's also pretty cool is we're about to show you how to cash in on the number one sales offer worldwide, even if you have no prior experience. We'll break down this worldwide offer and how the commissions compound, and how the business structure really is the era of understanding the right money model for your life. I know this is a bold promise, but I've seen this to be true to back this up. So let's meet Melissa. She left the 9 to 5 corporate grind. She had a successful career and she stopped trading her precious time for money and living on someone else's terms. What she created for herself is a life of choice, traveling, hiking, and chasing waterfalls. She's financially secure. She followed her passion as a lifestyle and embraced her heart's desire, and she was all in on building a digital asset with our high ticket online money model. Here's Fran, who truly started later in life as she moved into her 60s. She chose to learn new skills and build a digital leveraged online income. She continues to build wealth with financial stability that grows year after year. Fran gets to enjoy time and financial flexibility and no longer has to say no to the things that she loves. After 5 years in low ticket network marketing, Jess experienced burnout and low commissions despite her efforts. However, by leveraging our high ticket offer with a new automated model in the digital online space, she transformed her life, built her dream home from the ground up, and retired her husband from his full-time career. Now they enjoy raising their 3 children together as a full-time family with the complete location flexibility that they always desired. I'm Helen, and quite simply, I wanted a different life than the one that I was living. I didn't want to stay in a corporate role and on the 9 to 5 grind and facing down a pension-based retirement existence. I knew what that was going to be like because I'd spent 10 years in the social security system where my customers were age pensioners and they'd be counting every dollar each fortnight when their pension came in, living a life of government housing, watching free-to-air TV and no hope of a holiday. And by that stage, a holiday would have been a weekend away to see their grandkids. My goal of this short presentation is for you to walk away with a concrete understanding of how to start earning online without a product or without any prior experience. Not years, not months, days. I'll also walk you through our proven tools and training, which will help you launch faster and earn sooner. And then we'll go over an exclusive bonus only available on this call. So make sure you stick with me till the end. I'm not going to be talking about some of the businesses you've probably heard about before. I will not be talking about creating and selling digital products or how to become an influencer sharing products, earning a mere 10% commission, just sharing a code in the DMs. Or stand in front of you, drawing 3 circles in front of a pyramid, which basically says, if you get 3 people who get 3 people who get 3 people, we'll all be rich. Instead, what you're going to be learning is some simple things that you can do to start an online business right now, and then legitimately start selling products without having to store inventory. without handling customer support. And this money model has the potential to create far faster returns than any of those others that I mentioned just before. So before we get into it, I just want to be very clear on what kind of person this is for. So this business is for bold, ambitious, high achievers who know that they were meant for more. Those who are just not made to have a boss dictate what you do. For the person who doesn't need permission to go after the life that they actually want. You want your income to reflect your work ethic. You want financial success and freedom of time, location, and choice. And you're the type of person who's not afraid to take action, fast, work hard, and bet on yourself. So let's go ahead and get clear on what kind of person this is not for. So if you're the type of person who's not self-motivated, this is not going to be for you. If you have a get rich quick mentality and you're just married to your excuses, never moving forward with anything, this is definitely not for you. And if you're the type of person who never sees opportunities and you think everything is a scam, this is not going to be for you either. And if you're looking for a handout, not motivated, or if you're someone who just simply hates money, this isn't going to be for you. So if you're going to stick with me any longer, just make sure that you're the first type of person, not the second type of person. So if any of these bullet points here describe you, I would just go ahead and turn off this video right now. There's no judgment. This is just not going to be for you. So let's not waste each other's time. I'm not big on surprises, and I'm going to guess that maybe you aren't either. So if you're wondering right now, okay, is this woman going to try and sell me something? I have some good news for you. There is something for you to buy at the end of this presentation, but only if you like everything that you've learned for free and you want me to help you get the results that others in our community are getting. There's no obligation, and if you just want to watch the video and do nothing and go back to your life, you're welcome to do that. So again, my name is Helen, and I didn't start here. I wasn't always an online business owner. My speaking gigs started when I was in adult education in the private sector, and they were always defined by the employer I worked for. My flair and creative side was somewhat stifled. I thought I'd made it when I stepped back into admin roles at the Helen, and I didn't start here. I wasn't always an online business owner, and my speaking gigs started when I was in adult education and the private sector, and they were always defined by my employer I worked for. My flair and creative side was somewhat stifled. I thought I'd made it when I stepped into admin roles and the emergence of Windows 95 back then. Computers were the way of the future, and I was making minimum wage and remained in capped income for a lot of years. In those days, it was the uni degrees that got the offers, or who you knew, not the hard workers. Here, your experience and your history is your personal uni degree that can take you anywhere that you want to go. You can build your own space outside of corporate life and uncap your income. When the world shut down in 2020, people lost their jobs in the blink of an eye. They gravitated online to look for solutions, and with all the noise on the internet, it became increasingly difficult in finding a real option out there. Honestly, it was a really dark time in my life. I was newly divorced. I'd picked up my bags and relocated myself to the coast to start life all over again. I actually spent 2 years in lockdown by myself. I realised how disposable I was during that time, not only to the government, but to an employer, in that my income and my future was actually in the hands of someone else and how it could easily get taken away. That experience made me realise that I was capable of so much more. I wasn't always smart, but I was always driven, always the hardest working person in the room. My income was simply not reflecting that. But I just didn't know how to use my skills and my work ethic in order to make more money and really change my life without the years of uni to make that happen. So years ago, when I was watching a web class just like this, something changed for me for that day. I was stuck in a life I didn't like and not sure how to change that. And I knew that I required a new direction to be able to support me to do that. I'm really no more special than you. In fact, I actually spent 30 plus years in various corporate jobs, including 2 separate stints in the public service. I started out my life, working as a 17-year-old runaway and near on 10 years in factories doing casual shifts, day, afternoon, and nights. You just wouldn't know what shift you were on until the roster came out. 12-hour days shifts, 6 days a week. I thought my life, that was my life basically. Physical work from sun up to sundown on 30-minute station rotations. Back then, I was also in the domestic violence situation, and life was all about survival mode and eventually escaping. The nervous system was shot, the anxiety would click in with a thought, a word, a look. I escaped that toxic space in my early 20s and retrained myself and found my way into admin roles. I guess it was always a given since I did learn to type when I was 12. But I'm really no more special than you. My income was going to be capped for the rest of my career, and I was so grateful to be employed after a rough start in life. But those experiences made me realise that I was capable of so much more. My income wasn't reflecting that, but I just didn't know how to use my skills and my work ethic in order to make more money and really change my life. So maybe you can relate to parts of my story, feeling stuck, knowing that you were meant for more, but you just can't see a clear way out. And the truth is, nothing changes until you have a different strategy attached to the right money model, one that actually works. So imagine for a second what it's going to be like when you're making $10,000 or $20,000 a month, working just a few hours a day. What will you do? Where will you go? Who will you spend your time with? And how does that make you feel? The reason I'm asking you this is because that's what's possible when you stay all the way to the end of this training and you're actually willing to take action on your goals. So all you need is the same 3-step strategy that I use, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So step 1 is a done-for-you product. So most people think starting a business means that they need to start something or create something. But in reality, that's actually the worst way to start a business. Instead, you can just find products that are currently selling and customers are already buying in a growing market, and you can just sell those products and make a ton of money without having to do anything extra. You don't have to create or invent anything or go through trial and error. We're going to show you how to sell products that are already working so you don't have to do mental gymnastics trying to figure out how to make money online. Step 2 is an automated income. I'll show you how to create traffic and customers for your product 24/7 on autopilot using simple online tools so you can earn money while you're eating, sleeping, holidays, so that you can have an income and a life at the same time. And step 3 is the ethical cheating, which is drastically cutting down the learning curve and getting the secrets direct from the people earning $20,000 and $50,000 a month. You can ethically cheat your way to those results, and I'll show you what I mean when you stick with me. So let's break this down. So step 1 is a done-for-you product. So this is where you partner with a proven product that is already selling. Because when you partner with a proven product instead of creating, you don't have to guess what might sell and take a chance with a risky startup. Instead, you simply start with a plug-and-play system and a company that has a proven track record. So what's the benefit of partnering with a proven product that's already selling so you don't have to create a product yourself? Well, you don't do any of this. The market research, the product development, customer service or stock, and you don't hold inventory. This literally saves you years, sometimes decades of work and thousands of dollars. Because when you partner with a proven product, instead of creating one yourself, you don't have to guess what might sell and take a chance with one of those risky startups. Instead, you simply start with a plug and play system with a company that has a proven track record. I don't know about you, but personally, I didn't want to waste years in the startup phase simply guessing what I could maybe make multiples of millions of dollars with. I wanted to make money fast, and partnering with a proven product is the best way to do that. Now, there's lots of products that you could partner with, but they don't all bring an equal return. So let's go over the concept of low ticket and high ticket products. So when we're talking about low ticket products, you're selling a lower price with cheaper offers, such as nutrition products, skincare, makeup, shakes and supplements, and the commissions are usually around $5 to $25. And then selling a high ticket product is selling a premium offer, such as saunas, real estate, car sales, or a medical grade water device. And commissions here are generally going to be over $1,000 to start. So the first problem with low ticket products is a monthly quota. If you don't hit your monthly quota, your commission drops, you derank, and you're forced to start from scratch every single month. With high ticket, there isn't a monthly quota. Once you hit a certain income level, you stay there for life. In low ticket models, you have to make hundreds of small sales to earn a decent income, meaning you need a very large volume of sales each month. In high ticket, you only need 1 to 2 sales each month to hit the same or even higher income goals, which gives you way more freedom and leverage in your business. With low ticket, you usually have to build a team and hoping they're working just as hard as you are to grow your income. With high ticket sales, it's a direct sales model, meaning you make a sale, you get paid. And you can actually own and earn on up to 4 accounts yourself, which is unheard of. So team building is optional and isn't required to see success or a lucrative income. And with low ticket offers, you're typically earning about $5 to $25 per sale, usually about 5% to 15% of the revenue. In this high ticket business, you earn over 50% commission, with payouts often starting at $3,000 per sale all the way up to $8,000 per sale. So on average, the payout is around $5,000 per sale. So the latest data shows that an average Australian monthly income is $5,777. So that's the money that you take home. So it's in your hand. So most people only need 1 sale per month to replace that 160 hours of work each month at their 9 to 5. So how many sales would you need to make to replace what you're currently making now? For my world, it was 1 sale a month to replace my corporate job, which was less than this a month. So what is the high ticket product that we partner with and teach you to sell? We've partnered with a medical grade water ionizer and clinically tested health technology that produces molecular hydrogen rich water, also known as electrolyzed reduced water. Molecular hydrogen is the most potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory on the planet. It's been extensively researched for 50 years, and there are over 200 clinical research studies showing benefits for over 170 diseases, including colitis, Crohn's, eczema, and cancer. Now, I really want to make this clear that I'm not making any medical claims. These are people's individual results that they've shared with the community. Its sustainable product reduces plastic used in your home with over 60 uses and replacing many household products such as cleaners and laundry detergent. It's a high converting offer that allows you to make $3,000 to $8,000 per sale. So here are a few powerful testimonies from our community about the incredible benefits of our water. So a question I'm often asked is this market saturated? And the answer is no, not even close. This isn't a trend, and water is a basic human need, and a market filled with a life-sustaining device like this will never be saturated. But don't take my advice for it. According to Business Research Insights, in 2025, the water ionizer market was valued at around $3.5 billion US. And in 2034, it's projected to hit $7.74 billion US. So that's over double in less than a decade. So the demand is only growing for this product. So the smart ones are getting in now, and the rest will be wishing that they had. Now, I know what you might be thinking, and isn't it hard to sell a high ticket product? So you might sell less product, but that's kind of the point, isn't it? So let me demonstrate. So picture this, you're in low ticket sales and you talk to 35 people about your low ticket product. Every one of them buys, which is fantastic. So you might think that's pretty good because you've processed 35 sales at $25 commission. So you've earned $875. So let's have a look at the high ticket market. So you talk to 35 people about your high ticket product and only 2 of them buy. But now you've only spent time processing 2 sales and just made $10,000. In order to make the same amount of money with your low ticket product as your high ticket, you'd have to make and process 400 sales every single month. That's not the right money model, that's a hamster wheel. So with low ticket models, they require constant high volume, selling and chasing hundreds of customers every single month. And high ticket, on the other hand, requires just a few strategic sales each month, so you can create full-time income with far less work. So what's the smarter business move to you? Would you rather find 400 customers every month or 2? I think that's pretty obvious, so we can all agree that high ticket sales is the way to go. But how do we make sales? So that's where step 2 of our strategy comes in. Automated income, which is using social media and autopilot systems to make money 24/7. So you're not out cold messaging randoms on the internet or chasing leads around. So social media has 5.2 billion users worldwide, and the numbers are only growing. So we leverage that massive audience to our advantage using a combination of low budget paid ads and free organic marketing to find buyers. So low budget social media ads allow you to reach millions in an affordable way, which is $5 to $10 a day. They allow you to target your ideal market and place your ad in front of the exact people that you can relate to and want to work with. When you leverage ads, you're not stuck selling just to your local area. Since the product is distributed worldwide, you'll always have a massive market of potential buyers no matter where you live. So it doesn't matter if you don't personally know anyone that wants to buy this product. We have a global audience, even beyond Australia where I am. Ads run 24/7 without you lifting a finger, bringing interested buyers directly to you. Way better than wasting hours cold messaging people who never even asked to hear from you. Organic marketing leverages free reach on social media. So we've got platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram are literally free advertising. We don't teach you to plaster this product all over social media, letting your business become your entire personality. We teach you how to build a personal brand. So share value, talk about what's important to you so people get to know, like, and trust you, and therefore naturally reach out and want to buy from you. We call this attraction marketing, and you literally get paid to be yourself. So by now, you're beginning to understand how to find interested buyers through social media. So how do we make money 24/7 without actually having to be present and explain your product and service repeatedly? So what this looks like is that your buyer goes through an automated sales funnel and sales system, which means that they see your ad or content and they express an interest. They watch a pre-filmed web class, just like the one you're watching now, with more information so that you're not spending hours with one person at a time. Then they flow through your sales system with automated emails, videos, and messages. They are now ready and excited to buy. So a purchase is made and a commission is paid out to you. So you're learning to work smarter, not harder, and how to double or even triple your income. working less because the automated sales system was working non-stop so you don't have to. So let me ask you something. If you wanted to double your income right now, could you do it? I know as a public servant for many years, I was in a space where that wasn't possible. And if you're like me, then you'll understand. You can work up flex time, but never end up taking it. You wait for the annual CPI increase, or you may also be looking at retraining so you could apply for the higher paid jobs, which usually means more work, more stress, more accountability, and more hours are expected of you each day. There's no way I could have doubled or tripled my income in the jobs that I held. You may be in retail or service and commission-based industries. Trying to triple your income in the employee mindset is just about physically impossible to sustain when you think about it. And now, because of this exact system, I've been able to move to a better money model that is working for me, not the other way around. Using this system, you're learning how to increase your earnings without increasing your input. So how different would your life be if you could quickly and easily double or triple your income? Keep sticking with me to the end because that's what thousands of people inside our community are doing right now. So what sounds easier or smarter to you? An effort-dependent income, which is sending cold DMs to random strangers who didn't want to hear from you in the first place? Or people you know through work or soliciting friends and family constantly, product parties or networking events? Or an automated income, which is running ads to your ideal clients worldwide and letting interested buyers come to you and your automated sales system that runs on autopilot. Again, I think we can all agree that automated income is the way to go. Okay, so now step 3 of our strategy is ethical cheating. We'll show you how to access high-level mentorship and step-by-step training, which is like the cheat code to fast success. So the first way that you get to cheat and feel good about it is that you get access to high-level mentors. You'll be learning directly from industry leaders, multimillionaires, the people behind the automated income system that's currently being used by thousands to scale and launch high-level businesses. I just wouldn't have enough time to show you them all here. So not only are you learning from me, you're also learning from people who make me look super broke. They're making multiple millions of dollars online and they regularly give back to our community. So imagine how much time it would save you if you get to learn from, talk to, and get mentored by 6, 7, and even 8-figure earners a year online. You'll also receive direct feedback on your business. Not only do we have weekly live training calls, but you're also directly connected to myself and other leaders in our community. We're there to answer your questions and provide ongoing support. And lastly, you get access to a community of like-minded people in the same business to get support and stay accountable, and most of all, have fun while you're doing it. You're not left to figure this out alone, and that is the biggest problem that I see with people trying to work online or build a business online. They buy a course on how to build a business and they're just left to figure it out all by themselves. You get sent a login and then it's up to you from there, and you never hear from them again. Here, you're surrounded by people who understand the entrepreneurial journey and are there to help you along the way. It's not just a business, it's a community, and it's fun. So that was the 3-step strategy. So let's recap what we went over so far. So we went over why the system is the best and easiest way to start earning online fast, how you can earn anytime, anywhere, even if you're at work or on holidays, how to automate your income and earn more while working less, and how to finally earn an income that reflects your work ethic. So now let's talk about taking action. So we've covered a lot of information today, but information alone isn't going to change anything, right? Well, what if you could have access to launch your profitable online business in just one click? The done-for-you product, the automated income, our ethical cheating strategy, so that you never have to spend time creating something from scratch or searching for something to sell, or be overwhelmed trying to learn online marketing or build sales systems on your own. so that you never have to spend thousands hiring experienced mentors to guide you and give you personal feedback, and so that you don't waste years in frustration feeling alone and making costly mistakes that honestly could be avoided. What if you could avoid all of that frustration and stress? What if you had a mentor and a step by step system and training to guide you every step of the way towards your success? So, how do you think your life would look different if you had someone just like you showing you exactly how they changed their life? The only reason I'm sitting here today with a completely different life, no longer stuck in a corporate role and on the 9 to 5 grind and facing down that pension based retirement existence, is because I listened to someone who had this training and knowledge, and I was just willing to show up and do what they told me to do, follow the tried process and system. So that's why I've partnered with 6 and 7 figure earning entrepreneurs who've created our industry leading online business training academy. This system is used by thousands of entrepreneurs worldwide, and it gives you the exact strategies, tools, and resources to build a successful business from the ground up, so that you can launch your own profitable online business today without quitting your current job, without even creating or finding your own product. So if you're a little bit like me and you're the type of person who wants results, here's everything I'm offering today in your next steps. Now, I have mentors who like to say you can have results or you can have your excuses, but you can't have both. So first, you're going to go through our discovery process where you'll begin to see how the powerful automations step in to support you in business with the highly repetitive tasks, like watching this webinar. In this discovery process, we'll take the time to get to know you through our questionnaire, your goals, your past experiences, what you've tried before, as well as what specific outcomes you want. Inside this discovery process, you'll explore videos that will support you in learning about the key components and transformational benefits of Enagic products and how they align with your health and financial goals. Now, this isn't a cookie cutter process, it's tailored specifically to you and your goals. You'll begin to discover more about the secrets of how we earn a full-time income online. And then, after being informed with all the details during your discovery process, you're going to get a one-on-one call with one of our experts to answer all of your questions and get you on track to start achieving your goals. So this right here is why we're able to have such a high success, because we actually take the time to get to know you, what you've tried in the past, where you're at right now, and what you need to do step by step to actually live your dream life, and what that looks like to you, because we know that everyone is different, right? So do you want to make just 5K a month, or do you want to make 10K a month? Completely replace your income? Are you looking at $500,000 a year, or tipping over into 7 figures a year? And once we figure out your goals on this private call you'll have with one of our advisors, we'll be able to tailor these next steps to you based on your individual wants and needs so that we can serve you specifically. So this is the most important part of the process right here. After your one-on-one call and you get started, you'll unlock our 10,000 plus community access, where you'll receive free weekly trainings and updates from leaders within the community. Leaders who don't just hide away their secrets to success. Leaders showing you the steps that they took to build their business. We get to celebrate our community as they reach their milestones, and we support one another. And our community leaders are always bringing to you what's working right now and different ways to build your business. They're sharing resources to support you inside of the community. When I was in the trenches in my corporate world, if I could have had someone hand me their proven pathway of how they're making tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, I would have jumped at the chance, and I so wish I'd found this sooner. This is our training academy so that you're never left guessing on what to do. It's the same system myself and hundreds of others have used to see massive success online. At the end of your training, which only takes a few weeks or less, your business is fully launched. You're being handed the pathway to wealth. It's literally like you're standing in front of $1 million earner and they hand you all the knowledge that they've gained over the last 10 years. And you just get to download it directly into your brain and skip out on all those years of trial and error. Just imagine the headaches you're going to save when you don't have to spend hours and hours doing any of the tech setup and the back end systems. And this is something that stops a lot of people from actually pursuing their business entrepreneurship because they don't understand how to do it or even where to go to learn. So now you don't need to. You can just dive straight into the money making activities because the training is set up to support you. So on your private call, you'll have the option to add on the training academy at 50% for your first month. So that's $49 US when you get started. Now, it's not just an education piece, it will become the centerpiece of your business. So you will have onboarding foundations. You also don't get to spend years, you get to learn from someone else's success. So this is where your education on yourself and your business starts. Learning from these 7 and 8 figure earners who share their actionable strategies. So launching your business. This is where you're going to start to build real relationships with your ideal team members. You're effectively open for business and start to attract curiosity from your perfect leads and build a strong foundation for long-term success. This here is a deep dive into understanding how to maximize the commission structure that's available to us all. This will set you up for success once you truly understand the impact of this money model. This is no ordinary mentorship. It's your roadmap to your first leadership level of 4A. It's you bringing in a team to support and supporting them to duplicate what you've just done. It's creating growth fast in your business. Now, last but not least, as a member of our academy, along with a library of education to support you in all areas of your new business, you'll get invitations to our worldwide community meetups and events, which is truly priceless. This is where you're going to build real relationships with top performers and you'll get to meet some of the smartest, most driven people in the industry. What do you think will happen to your life and your finances when you get to hang out with other 6 and 7 figure earners? I want you to imagine how you might actually grow as a person when you get to talk to, learn from, and go to events and hang out with people who are earning millions of dollars per year. How do you think that will impact you? How do you think it'll impact your family, your life? To be able to learn from someone who has generated millions of dollars in this industry. Now, you probably won't recognize this guy or appreciate where he is at in his business in 13 years, and he's not yet 40. For the first 5 years, he didn't even really grasp the concept of the money model attached to the water machine. He had ongoing gut health concerns, and it was his mother that suggested he try the water that resolved his health concern. Now, I really want to be clear and note that this is not a medical guarantee or claims, and each person has their own results. So Balaji's gone on to build the largest distributorship in the company. His organisation, which I'm a part of, generated 60% of all of the sales globally in 2025. That's massive when you think about it, and the growth of the market that I mentioned earlier as well. Again, no income claims here, and results vary depending on your individual efforts. So I remember watching some reels a couple of years ago when he took his wife on holiday into Italy, and his water taxi from island to island was a private yacht that he'd hired. So the key point that I wanted to make here is that he continued to earn and get paid by the company while holidaying for a month around Italy and Europe. And such a generous giving person, and such a beautiful memory to share here as he was listening intently as I shared my visions and my goals. So learning from literally one of the best in the world. If you don't know Ray Higdon, he'll soon become a staple of your Instagram or YouTube scrolling. He's a mainstay as well inside of the Academy Access. I've been on a few trainings with Ray online and a one-to-one coaching live, and this was so special meeting him in San Diego last year. I just stood and watched him talk to everyone, and he was so giving of his time and attention, and tips and tricks for people asking individual questions about their business. You do walk away different from these types of events. And there are also many chances to connect with the broader academic community, not only across Australia, but also globally as well. The friendships that you're making continue to grow beyond business. After all, the little ads that you're running are bringing your kind of people to you. Now, if all this business did for you was to make an extra $99 a month to cover the mortgage, so one sale at $5,000 covers 5 payments, wouldn't that be worth it? If all it did was allow you to get clear on how to make enough money to cover your mortgage every month. Wouldn't it be worth it if all it did was to show you a way to learn from six and seven figure earners, have them support you and give you advice so that you could get further ahead in life? How do you think your life would change? And if all this did was allow you to see how you could go part-time at your job or see more of your kids, or what if it allowed you to fully quit the job that you dislike, where you feel unfulfilled, unappreciated, and undervalued? And honestly, it could do a whole lot more than that. I couldn't unsee what I've seen and experienced, even if I wanted to. So now I'm sure you're smart enough to know that just because these women got results doesn't mean that you're going to get the exact same results. Success takes hard work and dedication. But with that being said, I think it's important just to share just what's possible here. The wellness industry truly is coming into its own, with awareness spreading globally at light speed. Professionals recognizing the benefits of this machine, adding it to their practice rituals, and also benefiting from sharing this health product with their clientele. And they're not the only ones. I'm sure you'll recognize at least one or two of these athletes. So the next steps are our discovery process. So remember, I mentioned there was a bonus. So if you ask any of the people that I've shared here in this presentation today if this was worth it, it would be a resounding yes, with how much it's changed their life. This community, the business, the model, and the way it's changed their life is worth more than 10 times that. So the average person doesn't take action on their goals. But if you're still here watching this, then I know that you're the type of person who's a go-getter and is serious about changing your life. And I know you're the type of person I resonate with, and I want to personally mentor and help you get there. I remember what it was like sitting on the other side of that screen, just hoping and wishing and praying for something or someone to come along. Now, if you're anything like me, or like a lot of other people, you might be thinking, this sounds amazing, but I'm still scared I won't be successful. So to help you as much as possible, I've added in some bonuses for anyone that books their call and gets started. So let's quickly go over these bonuses. In the first 48 hours of business, we're on a private call together. We scope out the next 7 days and we lock in the second follow-up strategy call. It's always fun to run with others, so we have an exclusive mentorship with a maximum capacity of 10 spots available. So no consistency, no results. So we know results come from repetition, not random bursts. And if you only show up when you feel like it, your results will stay inconsistent too. So it's not about doing more, it's about doing the business basics consistently and planning the next 90 days. So you've probably got some questions on your mind right now, and I've done this long enough to know the most common ones. So I'll run through those for you before we get started. If you'd rather spend months or years researching and risking money in trial and error, you're welcome to, but that's not what we do here. You don't need to quit your job to get started. You just need to be willing to commit a few focused hours a week. And if you check your phone screen time, I bet I can show you where you can fit your business in. I personally had no experience, and I had maybe 200 friends that I knew through playing darts. And my sponsor in the business, she had 300 friends, and she tells me that she really only used it just to message and see where her son was on a Saturday night. So most people start with a brand new social media account. We give you the exact system and training and support that you need step by step. Most of us start from scratch with no tech background and no audience and still build incredible results by following this proven process. And no, we teach many methods so you don't have to show your face on social media. There's offline options, building business to business, and many other ways that are still very lucrative. Can you tell me how quickly I'll start making sales? No, that's impossible for me to tell you and or to make any guarantees. And honestly, no one ethical would. This isn't a job and you're not trading hours for a wage. This is a business and you're the only one who can build it to succeed. But here's what I can tell you. If you commit to being coachable and consistent with your work and you're driven, success isn't a matter of it, it's just a matter of when. The system works and we have thousands of more testimonials to back it up. Yes, there is an investment to partner with our high ticket products that we'll go over in your discovery process. And to fast track learning, we have the Academy, which we offer at 50% off for the first month. Starting any business comes with an investment, and this is no different. So the good news is those who partner with us get to start with little to no money out of pocket by using zero down options that we help you access. So here's the good news. Remember when I said there are two types of people? One this is for and one this isn't for. We have the first type of person who maybe watched this, probably loves everything that they saw and gets all excited. They promise themselves that this time it's going to be different. They're actually going to do something to change the situation that they're in. But when it comes time to get started, when it comes time to actually make the move, they let their excuses get in the way. That person wakes up a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, and they're stuck still trying to solve the same problem that they're trying to solve today. And then there's you, the second type of person, the action taker, the one who feels the fear but knows that's a normal part of stepping boldly into the life that you want. You wake up a month or a year from now and your entire life looks different. And that's the type of person that I want to work with. That's the type of person I want to bring into our community and the type of person that I'm going to invest my time and my energy into. And I already know that since you're still watching, you've already declared that you're the second type of person. But this right here is going to make it even easier for you to take action since you've stayed with me this far and clearly are the second type of person who's ready to change your life right now. Here's a visual run through of what this looks like. You come to the discovery page, you confirm your details and click book in my call. You'll get your own personal back office where you'll get to watch the videos and where you get to choose the best time to book your call. You'll see this on your dashboard. So you can book your call second if you prefer. That's absolutely a-okay. So you can watch the videos and then pop in and choose a time for you within the next 24 hours. And if you're a true action taker, then click the button below to book your call and get started.